If there is a movie that truly gives chills and transports the viewer to a universe where horror is tangible, that movie is certainly Macabre Nightmares. Released in the year 2022, this cinematic work promises a disturbing experience, full of symbolism and metaphors that challenge the audience's mind. But was that promise fulfilled? That is what we are going to unravel right now. Direction and visual style. The direction was in the hands of a filmmaker known for his ability to create heavy and suffocating atmospheres. Here, he delivers a work that is, at the same time, a feast for the eyes and a punch to the stomach. The use of slow motion in moments of greatest tension, the dark color palette, and the exceptional cinematography make each scene a true macabre work of art. It is remarkable how the film draws inspiration from horror classics, yet avoids falling into the trap of mere imitation. Every frame seems carefully crafted to maximize the psychological impact on the audience. The visual aesthetic of Macabre Nightmares is nothing short of stunning. The interplay of light and shadow is masterfully executed, creating a dreamlike yet nightmarish quality that lingers in the viewer's mind. The director employs a variety of camera techniques, such as close-up shots that intensify the character's emotions, and long, lingering takes that build unbearable suspense. The careful attention to detail in the set design, costumes, and practical effects all contribute to a world that feels real yet haunted by something sinister. Furthermore, the color scheme plays a crucial role in storytelling. While many horror films rely solely on dark, muted tones, Macabre Nightmares incorporates strategic splashes of color to symbolize pivotal moments in the narrative. A particular shade of deep crimson is frequently used in scenes that foreshadow impending doom, while sickly greenish hues dominate the sequences that delve into psychological horror. This attention to visual storytelling elevates the film from a simple scare fest to a work of cinematic art, screenplay, and story development. The plot of Macabre Nightmares is a mix of psychological horror with supernatural elements, delivering a narrative that makes us question what is real and what is illusion. The protagonist, a man tormented by past traumas, sees his sanity crumble as inexplicable events begin to haunt him. The screenplay stands out by not providing easy answers, keeping the viewer immersed in a constant sense of unease. Unlike many conventional horror films that follow a predictable formula, Macabre Nightmares opts for a non-linear structure that mirrors the protagonist's descent into madness. Flashbacks are woven seamlessly into the present-day narrative, often leaving the audience unsure of whether they are witnessing reality, memory, or hallucination. This disorienting effect is further amplified by the film's use of unreliable narration, making it nearly impossible to distinguish truth from delusion. One of the most remarkable aspects of the screenplay is its handling of foreshadowing. Tiny details that seem insignificant in the beginning of the film later prove to be crucial pieces of the puzzle. This makes Macabre Nightmares a film that demands multiple viewings, as each rewatch unveils new layers of meaning and hidden symbolism. The slow burn approach to storytelling pays off with a climactic third act that is both shocking and deeply unsettling, leaving the audience with more questions than answers. The use of sound and soundtrack. If there is one aspect that takes the tension to the limit, it is the soundtrack. The combination of diegetic and non-diegetic sounds creates a total immersion into the film's universe. Silence is used intelligently, making impactful moments even more terrifying. The musical compositions mix classical instruments with disturbing noises, resulting in a soundscape that feels straight out of a nightmare. The sound design is meticulously crafted to manipulate the audience's emotions. Subtle audio cues, such as distant whispers, echoing footsteps, and distorted breathing, contribute to the film's ever-present sense of dread. Even in moments of silence, there is an underlying hum that creates an almost imperceptible feeling of discomfort. The soundtrack is composed of haunting melodies that transition seamlessly into cacophonous bursts of noise during the film's most intense moments, further disorienting the viewer. The use of asymmetrical sound design is also noteworthy. At times, certain sounds are amplified to unnatural levels, making the viewer hyper-aware of even the most mundane noises. This technique is particularly effective in scenes where the protagonist is alone in an empty house. Every creak, whisper, and rustling shadow seems to possess a malevolent presence, reinforcing the idea that something unseen and malevolent is watching. Performances that impact. The performances of the actors are one of the strongest points of the film. The protagonist delivers a memorable performance, expressing his descent into madness with an intensity that borders on hypnotic. His vacant stare, fragile posture, and trembling voice create an immediate connection with the audience. The supporting actress also deserves recognition, bringing a perfect mix of mystery and vulnerability. The film's antagonist, a shadowy and enigmatic figure, is portrayed with an unsettling stillness that makes every appearance on screen absolutely chilling. The lack of exaggerated movement or over-the-top expressions only serves to make the character even more menacing, proving that true horror often lies in what is implied rather than what is shown. Special effects and the use of violence for a horror movie. Special effects are essential, and here they are used masterfully. Unlike many productions that rely excessively on CGI, Macabre Nightmares makes an intelligent and balanced use of practical and digital effects. The violent scenes are brutal but never gratuitous, always serving the narrative and the emotional impact of the story. The monsters and supernatural entities are designed with meticulous detail, combining practical effects with subtle CGI enhancements. The result is a set of creatures that feel tangible and nightmarishly real. Instead of over-explaining the origins of these entities, the film allows them to remain shrouded in mystery, which only heightens their fear factor. The message behind the horror beyond being a horror film. Macabre Nightmares also seeks to convey a deep social and psychological critique. The themes explored include guilt, emotional repression, grief, and the impact of past traumas on our lives. The film does not just scare, but also makes us reflect on our own inner fears. The film invites interpretations regarding mental illness and the fragile nature of human perception. In many ways, it serves as an allegory for the monsters we create in our own minds. Are the horrors real, or are they manifestations of the protagonist's unraveling psyche? The film wisely refuses to provide easy answers, allowing the audience to grapple with these questions long after the credits roll. Conclusion. One of the best horror movies of the year, Macabre Nightmares is not just a horror film. It is a sensory and emotional experience. With impeccable direction, impactful performances, and a multi-layered screenplay, the work stands out as one of the most disturbing films of the year. If you enjoy movies that go beyond cheap scares and explore the darkest corners of the human psyche, then this production is unmissable. Did you enjoy this macabre recap? Then you know what to do. Smash that like button to support the channel, share this with someone who will love it, and of course subscribe to Minute Recaps so you don't miss a single insane story. There's plenty more coming, so turn on the notifications and stay tuned. See you in the next video. Let me know if you need any refinements.